Good morning. Cold day here in Nashville. It's November 9th, I think. I'm just throwing the dates in here because I know these videos come out months later, so just so you kind of understand the context of some of my comments. But yeah, it's like 40 something degrees out there. I know people probably think it doesn't get that cold in Nashville, but it does. We get really cold for a little bit. It's a little early to be this cold. Maybe it's not too early. But the leaves are changing. It's pretty outside. But anyway, I'm in the garage today for another project. If you watched my rambling on video about all the updates, you already know that this one's coming. But today I'm going to try to tackle the backup camera in my Power Acoustik CP71W single DIN head unit. So I've been messing with it for a while. The CarPlay doesn't work great, which I'm super disappointed in. I've reached out to them. They actually sent me a link to an update, which I updated it, and it still disconnects every couple of minutes for wireless CarPlay. Wired CarPlay is better, stays connected way longer, but I do get random, not disconnects like I do with wireless, but the whole system reboots. But if I just use straight Bluetooth, it's fine. So I bought the CarPlay because I wanted CarPlay, and I'm hoping that because they've been responsive and they have sent me updates, they'll eventually get it fixed. But anyway, it comes with a compatible system to install a backup camera. So I bought one. It was $15 for this little thing. I'm sure it doesn't work at night. Probably no night vision or anything on it, which is fine. It's more for novelty than need, but it's got the functionality, so I figured why not mess with it. So wiring it up is simple. It's just I gotta find the reverse light. The reverse light's what triggers it, and I just gotta wire it from the camera all the way to the front of the car to the back of the head unit. And the work is not hard, so I'm not too worried about that. What I am worried about, and I'm sure I'll figure it out, is finding a place for the wires that are on the outside of the car, where the camera mounts, wires go to the taillight, to go inside the car and then all the way to the front. So once I get inside the car, I'm not worried about it. It's just where do I go from the outside to the inside? And so I just got to get under the car, see if I can find a spot, and go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a light and I'm going to crawl underneath and I'm going to try to find an entry point that I can use to run the wiring through. And it's got to be big enough to, oh God, fit. I guess it's just, I'm looking at it here. Well, I mean, it's big enough. These two have got to be able to fit through the hole, right? Because that's what's on. Well, maybe not that, all that. Hold on a sec. No, just one, actually. Just one needs to go in there. So not too bad, not a massive hole. So anyway, I'm gonna get underneath, I'm gonna see what I can find. And we'll go from there. I'm gonna dig around. Once I find it, I'll show you what I found. Okay, so I'm under the car. That's the front, back. And I've been poking around trying to figure out the best way to wire these in. So right here, there's a rubber grommet that I could go through, but I don't really wanna put a hole in that, chance water getting in, all that kind of stuff. Especially because it's on the bottom. But there's another cable that runs through right here. And I'm thinking I might just drill a hole next to it, maybe even up a little higher, because it comes right in the footwell. This is where your feet sit. This is right at the back where the seats are mounted. I could drill a hole here. I have a bunch of rubber grommets I could use to make sure it stays waterproof. But I could put one here, and then all I've got to do is just run the cable from the back there along all of this. And it shouldn't be too hard. There's plenty of places for me to tuck it up out of the way. I'm gonna still poke around a little bit more, but right now that's my thought. Wouldn't be too hard. There's some other wires that are running that I can follow. It's out of the way, it's not near the exhaust. I'd love to come in earlier. There is this bump down here, which sits back in the kind of the cargo area where the back seats mount. So like this is right where I think your feet sit for the back seat. I could come in right there, which would mean I wouldn't have to go so far. There are other cables running here that I could use to kind of like zip tie them to. So if I'm gonna drill, that might be a better thing to go through. I don't know. I'm gonna keep looking. Okay, I've just got it wired up out there, not run through the car yet. I just wanna make sure everything works. So this is my first test. I've got it wired, plugged into the RCA jack in the back, and then the rear camera switch, which is the pink wire. And then it runs all the way to the back, and I'm tapped into the reverse light for both the trigger and power. So I'm wiring it so it only comes on with the reverse. I think there's another way to wire. I'm not even sure the stereo has a setting to view the backup camera all the time. I may check, and if it is, maybe I'll wire it differently. But right now, it should only come on when I'm in reverse. So I'm gonna at least get the stereo on first. So that's coming on. Takes a second. One of the downsides of this, but not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so we're in here. I'm gonna check my settings, see if there's anything I need to turn on. So rear camera, let's see. Where did it go? Rear camera, I saw it in there a second. There it is, rear camera. So parking assist guide. There's a parking assist adjust to normal. So we'll go back into these settings once we kind of see how it's working. There's like normal, reverse. So I'm assuming that like flips which side. So we'll see once we go. But I can't go in reverse. Oh yes, I can. But I don't think there's power. So let's put it to the on position. Oh, there it is. Look at that. It worked. So I've just got it laying on the bumper, and I'm sure it's sideways and everything. But it's definitely, I think it's backwards, right? I can't tell. I need to orient it right, and I can fix it, mess with all the settings later, but it works. So park. So let's go to reverse. Oh, now it won't let me go back into, let's see, reverse, on. Oh yeah, so it flipped it. I think that's right. I think that's what I want, because that's the side of the, so, cool. And then you can also adjust these lines. I don't know why there's two sets of lines, but we'll play around with that once we get everything wired in. But yeah, it works. Let's get the wiring all hidden, tucked away, all that good stuff. Run through. I think I am going to go through this back hump right here. It's a little shorter than running all the way to here, and I found another set of wiring where I can kind of just use the existing clips and clip the wiring all the way up until I get to that point. So it'll come out probably behind the passenger seat here. And I'll try to stay as far over that way as possible, because then I can just run it along under the carpet and then up and out and over back to this. So nothing major, but that's where we're at. So cool, pretty cool stuff. I'm excited about it. We'll be back here in a second when we get a little bit more wired up. So before I get everything wired up, I just wanted to show you, like, this is the camera. I'm just gonna take this bolt out. I made this little bracket, 3D printed. I've got to adjust it. It sits too far back and it's hitting the other side of this bolt here. But if I pull it forward a little bit, it'll clear it. And then I'm just going to use this bolt to mount it on, and it's going to sit right here. It's kind of centered. I feel like it's centered enough. That's not another one. I mean, I could drill through this plate here if I really wanted to worry about it being centered, but you can see I've angled it to kind of sit straight because it is at an angle. And then I think what I have to do, based on what I just saw in the screen, is I'm going to have to, I think you have to twist the camera to get it straight. I didn't realize, I mean, I guess that makes sense. So it's fine. Just loosen this front up here, just twist off, and then I can twist the camera around to get it straight. But I just want to show that. And here's the wiring. So it just taps into my reverse light. And then you just wire everything up. So it's got 2 taps. It's got the main power for the camera and then the switch power to the camera. If you're only going to use it in reverse, when you're in reverse, which I think this only allows, then you just wire both so you get power and the trigger at the same time. You saw how quick it was, so pretty simple. And then, like I said, there's a cable that runs up along through here that I can follow and then drill through the backside of that hump. I know, you know me, I hate to drill, but I feel like these things I'm doing are for, at least for me, you can disagree, but worth the effort. So it's just fun, different, and I'm enjoying doing it. So and it's content for you. So I'm gonna mess around with this real quick just because I'm curious about leveling out this camera. I guess I didn't have to think about the whole angle of the bracket, but it looks good. So I'm gonna see what this looks like when I do this and go from there. All right, so I adjusted it. You can see that's me moving around. So I don't know if I need it to be, because I'm moving to the right and that image is moving to the left. I'm moving to the left and the image is moving to the right. So I think I need to go back into that setting and flip it so it's going the right direction. Okay, that worked. I just hit when you saw me earlier, hit normal to reverse. I just put it back to normal now when I move left. I move left when I move right. Sorry, it's so shaky. I'm really zoomed in. So I think it's where it needs to be. There is some interesting settings I just found now that it sees there's a camera where I can adjust all these backup lines. So I'm gonna figure that out later. I just wanted to get the wiring part figured out. So we're there, and I'm gonna get the wiring all installed, tucked away and all that, and then we'll come back and mess with the settings. All right, so I didn't show it before I covered it up, but it'll make sense. There's a hole right here. Well, there's a grommet. So when I peeled this back, I was looking at like, where am I gonna drill? And there was a grommet here already. So I was able to pop that grommet out and feed the wire down to where it comes out right there. And I'll put another grommet on this end. And then I fed the wires all the way up through here. You can kind of see behind this kick panel. And then, you know, from there across the top. So super hidden, super clean. I just got to put this trim back on, this rubber trim back on. Stick that grommet in down here. Feed this back. And we got it. So that worked out. I got to stick with my no drilling rule. So that worked out perfect. So let me finish and I'll show you the finished product. All right, we're done. Everything's wired up, all tucked away. There's the camera with the mount. One thing I did notice on the screen, if you remember earlier when I showed, it looked like there were two different like parking guides on the screen. I realized one is built into the camera. And I don't think I can turn that one off, which is kind of a bummer because the one that's built in to the stereo, you can adjust. So you can adjust like your depth so you can kind of calibrate it to the right spot. But this camera that I have has it built in and there's nothing to the camera to suggest that it can be turned off. So it's not very accurate. Like right now from this view, it's showing the red kind of warning is like I'm already touching my garage and you can see how far away from my garage I am. So it's fine. Again, this is more for novelty than anything else. I'm not that worried about it. It's such a small vehicle, I don't need a backup camera, but it's still pretty cool that it works. It was way easier to install than I thought because I didn't even have to drill. I found existing holes I could tap through and run the wires, so it was super easy. I just tapped into the back side of the wire that comes off of this for the trigger, so also easy. If I was gonna do it again, I'd probably run it from that side instead, just because on this side of the car is the exhaust. And so I felt like I had to do a little extra work, and it wasn't that big of a deal, but to avoid being too close to the exhaust so I don't melt wires. If I was over there, I feel like it would have been not even a thought, right? But that's okay. It's done. It works. I'm gonna, enjoy it for a little bit and see you know, maybe I'll leave a update later in the notes on, I know how I feel about it. Again, it's not intended to be this extreme safety feature. It's, you know, it will be helpful like when I'm backing out of my driveway or something, where I just need to be able to, you know, see. But again, this thing is so short in lengths that I don't even think I need to worry about a backup camera. But it's done. It's fun. I'm glad I did it. It's super clean. You can't even tell. And once I got everything put back together, you can't see any wiring whatsoever. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'll leave a link to the camera that I bought along with the stereo, which is in my previous install video, but I'll link it down there again for you. It's a Walmart deal, only available at Walmart. So, but yeah, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. See you on the next one.